Hey y'all, this is Melissa at MessyMissy Creates. I am doing day 3 of our trip, my trip with Allison. This is Wednesday the 13th, and then I've got to get caught up on the other days since then, because today is the 23rd. So I am now 10 days behind in my journal. But it's okay, because this has been a blast, and it really has challenged me. I know the last video was very long. I was trying to do it in one video instead of breaking it into 2 videos like I did the one before that. But I'm trying to use a lot of photos, a lot of ephemera, and it's really challenging me journal-wise. And so I'm going to try to hopefully do this in one swoop this time, because I probably spent 3 hours editing that last video. And anyway, I have prepped a few things. I did not, you saw this, if you watched our Q&A, you saw Allison use this image of the lounge that was right in front of the condo that we stayed in. It was like in the same parking lot. And so I used this because we went back there that night. They had a live band, and so we went for a little while on our last evening there, and that was just photos from that. And this was in that same article where this image was, that magazine, and it says still shaking, because this is called the sand shaker. Anyway, so that's that. I've already tipped that in, but I already know that I'm going to have another. I have lots of pockets already ready to go, this one included. So let's start here. I have this ephemera from my kit. No, this is from a kit that Hope had given me. It says everybody in, and I'm going to start with this one. I did put this flip-flop pocket in. I was going to use little rainbows, but this marked a first for me. It's the first time in 4 years, right at 4 years, that I've been able to wear flip-flops because of the paralysis in my right side. And I couldn't hold on a flip-flop. I explained that in another video, I think. But anyway, this is just the radar because it rained that morning. This was the morning that we filmed our Q&A video while the weather was yucky. And then we were able to go out to the beach. And the sun came out, finally. So anyway, I want to start. Let's just start with making tags. Let's see, I think I'll put the glue about half. That's not quite halfway, but it's close enough. Let me just make sure I put a piece of glue paper down just in case I don't get it quite right, so there's no glue on the back. Okay, I did a pretty good job at that. Okay, everybody in the water. We actually got all the way in the water this time. There was still a red flag, so that's like a but it was, well, we went to the sound side first, which you've probably heard her talk about, and this was she was talking about the fish. That's why I have these fish right here, and these are part of Brooke at Recreations by Brooke, part of her printable. I've got this little beach ball. It was just a cutout from the magazine. If you saw my magazine harvest, you saw me take that. And then, so I was going to make this tag about us swimming. Whoops. And I just messed it up. I think that's, there might be one more. Oh, there is some other stuff I want to put on here because the algae was really bad. And so I do have a little thing of algae. It was just a little clip art, free clip art that I found on Google. And then I have this picture that I want front and center. I haven't figured out what front and center is yet. So I did go ahead and glue it on, and I backed it just to save time, just like I did the other one. So I tried to save time there. I have this because we did actually get, I had this and this because we actually did get ice cream this day. So we, I was looking to see if there was other picture. Well, this actually happened first, so let me move this one out of the way. Let's do things in order because that's how my brain works. This is a shorter tag. This is a taller tag. I was going to try to stagger the tags, but I also, oh, here's the little hermit crab that we found. Just helping him back in the water. He washed in with the waves, and this one says, "Hey sunshine." So I'm thinking about putting that on that pocket, but I also may have to do a flip here. I don't know that I want to do a flip here. Until I decide. I don't want to glue my number down because I want my number on the front page. So, speaking of storms, I think it's fixing a storm. Anyway, I may just put this on this back page. It's fine that it's in the background. It's just, I knew that it said by 2 o'clock, that little storm was going to move out. So, that's probably going to go here. This is about our, we did our Q&A video, and then we had a very brief moment of crafting together. This was our mess that we had all over our table. This is where we filmed from, was on this end of the table. And then after the video, she and I just kind of sat across from each other, and we filmed a little bit. Nothing, I'm sorry, we journaled a little bit. I did not have, I had forgotten to bring as much stuff as everybody's made fun of me for bringing. Well, and I keep saying that. Not really, but yes, really. As much stuff as I brought, I forgot to bring pens and markers and stuff like that. And I forgot to bring my days for my other, the days that weren't these days that we were here. So I only had one other day that I could actually do in my journal, and I did kind of start it, but it was just fun, just kind of hanging out together with all of our journal stuff out. She did a little bit, not much, but it was still fun doing it, even though it was just a little bit. So we have that was the thumbnail for that video, and then I printed this little clip art out that says Q&A because I thought it was cute. And why not, right? So I thought that would be, well, I probably should have slid this down a little. These were the Q&A answers. Well, I'm wondering if I can slide this down any further. Hold on. Hold the phone. Will it slide down? Nope. That will. And that's fine. Okay, cool. That works. Now hopefully this still sticks. And I don't mind that it's stuck above the page a little bit, because that's just like a tag topper. So this will be one tag that's in this pocket. I may go ahead and glue that down. I'm not sure. You already told you about this. I wanted to use this pocket in here. This is one of the ones that I made. I wanted to use this with pictures of us on the beach. But I ended up, well, I ended up with this one that I just showed you because it didn't all fit on that one, and I wasn't sure that I could tip that pocket in. It really wasn't enough space on the tag to put everything that I wanted on there. So, I'm thinking I'm going to do this. Now, again, if I end up tipping in a piece of paper, it probably will be this one. And I might be able to fit all of it without another tip in. So if I just make the pockets, I have another pocket about, well, I have this if I need to write about ice cream, because the ice cream was pretty good. I have this about our trolley ride. I lost part of it. Let's see. Trolley stop. That was what the back of the bench looked like. It looked like a surfboard. So that will be like my back tag. This will be my middle tag. This will be my front tag. And then somewhere, wherever this picture gets tipped in, it'll have this beach bag right here. And then maybe a pair of flip-flops or something like that on here. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. I want to use some of this beach washi that she gave me. Some of it's mermaids, some of it just as people swimming. So that's probably what I'm going to use. And I haven't figured out, I may just use it across the bottom here, even though that's not going to be seen. Or I may put some across here. Well, I can't put it on the top now because I already glued that on. But anyway, I think that one's ready to be done. I could wait on that one. And do the trolley one. It doesn't have to be this big, but I love this camera paper, and so this is kind of what I was thinking. We walked from this, what we call the sound side, which is kind of the bay, like she said. We just call it the sound side, as opposed to the, you know, the side with all the waves and everything. And it's also called Quiet Water Beach. I don't know where I lost my pen. Surprise, surprise. For the glue. So, we had walked, it was a good distance from the condo to that side, that part of the beach. It was a really long walk. And so I made it that far, and then I can be gluing while I'm talking. Oh, I've got a yay for today. That'll go on there somewhere. And I also have, no one knows what one can do. No one knows what he can do until he tries. And if I can squeeze this in this page somewhere, I will. And then I also wanted to put this shark in there. And I wanted to use these beach towels. Now, I don't know if I'm going to get to use the beach towels. That may have to go on another page. But let me start with this trolley one. Oh, I also have this beach memories. It'll go on our beach page. I don't have to use a tag this big for the trolley. I had one more picture. Where did it go? Oh, it just said, this was the actual bench. It said trolley stop and had a bench on it. But see how the back of it is the shape of the surfboard? So, and then this is the actual trolley that we rode. And it says beach bound. So, anyway, I thought that was kind of a fun tag. And so let's go ahead and do that one. Let's see. Oh, here's my beach ball got stuck to my blue paper. This one should be fairly easy to do. And then we'll go ahead and put it in. And then I should be able to see if I'm going to need a tip or not. Another tip in. Like a big one. I want to put this, I think, right about here. Kind of straight. I want that to fit on top of there. That to fit like right here. Okay, that's good. And then we'll kind of just tuck this one under. Do we want to put it over here and have the button? No, because that's, yeah, I want the bus over there. Okay, so since I already have this printed, I wasn't going to use it, but since I already have that one printed, because I had used that one, you know, I wasn't that worried about, you know, I did take a picture of the bench, but then I cropped out and enlarged the surfboard back. I thought that was cute. We waited for the trolley. When we went, we decided that the quiet water or the sound side with the fish nibbling at our feet. I mean, we were there for a good hour or so, I would say, but we had to keep moving our feet and whatever. Otherwise, the fish do come up and kind of nibble on your legs. They're little itty bitty fish, but then there was bigger fish that were jumping, and so we decided that we wanted to go over and try the wave side again. And because we had been there the day before that. And so this is actually, let's see, let me think about what I was just talking about. Okay, trolley stop. And so we walked the quiet water is attached to or close to the boardwalk. So I think I'm going to go ahead and glue that down there because it really is irrelevant and I don't want to end up losing it. I mean, it's not irrelevant. It marks a period of, you know, the day, but it can do it on that back page right there. Okay, so that'll stop moving, and then I can add this to this like that. But this was us on the trolley. We had to we had just missed a trolley. We stopped after we swam in the sound side. We stopped along the boardwalk and ate ice cream. It was not pink. So I do have some ice cream washi handy. I want to say that somebody gave me some ice cream washi. I can't remember if I have some in here, but I don't know. I'm not that worried about it. But I do know. I don't see it, so I'm not really going to worry about it. No, there's some sunglasses. But Allison gave me some cuter. That's what it was. She gave me some cuter sunglass washi. So here's the little fish nibbling at our feet. So I think they're just going to live right there. And although I could put them on the trolley page, but I don't think I will. So, well, now I went and took all of them out. Okay, so now that I have that stuff glued onto there, I have, this was our evening. These were just pictures that were from our balcony that night. And it was just so pretty with all the lights, you know, glowing from the harbor. It just, there, I think I got them in. This, they go like this. That was like the complete view. Like that. It was just a really pretty image. I did a panoramic, but it didn't turn out that well, so I left it. Anyway, those are tentatively there. The number is tentatively there. She gave me this to use as a little journaling spot, and so I love this little piece right here. It matches my journal so well. And so now I just need to figure out if I'm going to be able to fit this, where I can fit this picture. I mean, it could tip in here. I can do a double tip. I can either do it from the side or I can do it from this way. But let's work on this beach page. So after ice cream, we started walking across the parking lot. Let me scoot this out of the way. After ice cream, we started, aha, found my pen. Yay, me. We started walking across the parking lot, and the trolley had just left that little trolley stop. So I think I'm going to put this down first, so that I want to make sure to use it on this page, but I also want to use it somewhere where it's going to be seen, if that makes sense. It's very wide washi. It says Marine Day. Let's see. All right. I think you can see. There is there's not a lighthouse on the beach. There is a lighthouse on base, which is by boat not far from the beach, but by vehicle it's a little ways. Well, let me cut it and then I can straighten it. There we go. Okay. So this is hard to put down. I don't have washi that's this wide. I don't think. That was hard to put down without bubbles. Okay, I'm gonna have to trim it again, which I figured, but that's okay. Let me go ahead and do that. And anyway, so we were trying to find out when another trolley would come by, and there was a barcode or a QR code you could scan, and that was not very helpful. So we were having a hard time figuring it out. So we started to leave. There was another couple there with their kids, and I got a little overage right here. I guess I could trim it off, or it's forever going to be sticky right there. There we go. A little bit more. Okay. Alrighty. That looks so cool right there. Okay. So we were talking to them and they didn't know either. And so we couldn't tell what line we were on. We couldn't tell what anything. So we had, let me see where I want to put the seaweed and the little crab somewhere up here. Well, he actually goes like this because he started walking. That was when we got out. And then I want to use this sticker. It says Beach Memories, and it's like a Polaroid, and it says Pensacola Beach, Florida. So I'm going to move these down just a hair, and I think I want a little hermit crab can go on the bottom. He's just chilling. The seaweed can go on the bottom. The water had turned, the storm had churned up a lot of algae or seaweed or whatever, and it gets all over you and in your bathing suit and all that good stuff. So I was like, yay. But she preferred the seaweed over the fish nibbling at her feet. So, but oh, somewhere on here I want to allow for Mr. Shark. Like I said, even though we did not see one, we were talking about the shark, a shark, because we see on the news a lot of times that there are shark attacks periodically, not just on our beach, but along the Gulf Coast in general. And so I had told her at one point, I said, you know, there's probably a shark nearby, right? And she's like, no. And I said, well, yeah, I mean, we used to deep sea fish, and we had a big boat that we could go out, like, 30 miles out in the Gulf. But we also used to ride back and forth along the coast, like out a ways. I got washi stuck in my scissors. Okay, carry on. And so we had, we used to see them. I mean, and, people who fly overhead and all that. Actually, I probably should have put all these little fish on a tag with these little fish. Anyway, I could have used that, but could have, would have, should have. I still can if I want to, but I don't know that I want to. These little fish are cuter. The fish that were nibbling at us were literally almost clear. But anyway, so I was telling her, and then when I came back home and I was talking to my friend who goes to the beach all the time, she's like, and I told her what time we went to the beach, or what time we were what time of day we were swimming, because we stayed out there. I had told her initially I wanted to stay out. I wanted to be on the water at one of the days at sunset. And so we went out there obviously earlier than sunset, but we had stayed out there until it was getting quite dark, or almost sunset. And anyway, my friend tells me, she said, that's like the prime shark feeding time, right? And I was like, no, and I'm glad I didn't know that when I was out there. So anyway, I thought I would put Mr. Shark like right here. Or I can put him like that and then trim him off. Yeah. Just because I know full well that there was a shark nearby. I did not see him, but I know that they're there. And I don't know what the difference, some people never see one. I mean, I've seen them caught along the beach. There was a fishing pier not too far from us. But anyway, I thought this was kind of a cute way to do this with this seaweed. Oh shoot, I was going to put the beach tower right here. I can still do that. Actually, well, the beach tower is right there. I can do that right there. And it only hides part of the shark. But anyway, I've already put the beach tower on. It's not like it has to go on here, but I had printed one out 3 times just in case I wanted to use it. So I have it, so I'm using it. I think I want to trim this a little more evenly. And butt it right up against that. I want it to trim off the bottom part of that shark, but I don't want to trim off the beach ball. You know what I'm saying? Why? I don't know. But I bet you I just cut both. No, I didn't. Okay. So, now where did my little crab and algae go? Or my seaweed. I have a couple more seaweed that I printed out. And I might come back later and put some more along the bottom. But I think one tells the story so sufficiently. So anyway, this was our swimming. We went way out. We went out to our shoulders. There was no lifeguard on. But I told her, I said, we both were confident in our swimming abilities. My standing ability is less than my swimming ability. So, but anyway, the waves, when you were right, like waist high, the waves were coming, and that's where they were breaking right there. And so that made it harder for me to stand up. And so we decided, that's why we decided, one of the reasons why I decided anyway, to go out further. Because if you go out a little further, then you catch them before they really break, or a lot of them. Some of them still break way out here, but this was us jumping the waves. And then I started getting fatigued, and I'm like, okay, I might have to, stop, or it kept washing my feet out from underneath me. And she reminded me that you can duck the waves. And I was like, oh yeah. So you just go under when the waves come by instead of jumping. And so anyway, okay, maybe I won't need another. Oh, I was going to put, well, darn. I was going to put the beach ball underneath one of these pictures, but it's all right. Well, I can put it somewhere else. I meant to put it under, like that picture. Let's see if I can pull that one up. Okay. It has to go quite under, because otherwise it gets in the way of that tag. I don't know if I really like it there or not. Not really, now that I look at it. Okay, so maybe we'll find another place for it. It'll go cute right there. It'll go cute right there. My southern accent just came out, didn't it? I have one every once in a while. But, anyhow. So, I'm not gluing that down yet because I want to make sure that I like it on that pocket where it's kind of half off the pocket. I thought about putting it up here, but it stuck off the journal way too much. And I thought about putting it out here where it actually overlaps the outside, But anyway, I could have put Yay for Today on here. I don't think I had room. I like everybody in. So we went in. That was the day we went in. Oh, I was going to put Beach Memories on that one. That's right. That's what I was going to do. And I don't know if I have room for that now. If not, then I'm going to put it on the front. If this ends up not being the front page, well, let me hang tight on that. I can always come back and add that to that tag later. The fish I can add right here. I don't know what else. Let me see if there's anything else I need to see. We had breakfast. We made a video. We made the Q&A answer video, crafting, journaling a little bit. Sun came out. We walked to the sound and swam. Fish were biting us. We went to the boardwalk. Oh, ice cream. Oh, and then we caught the trolley. After we left the trolley stop, the trolley came by, and we were standing at the light at the intersection where you crossed over to go to the Gulf side. And she ran over to the trolley real quick and said, asked if we could get on or whatever she asked. Anyway, he let us on. So I don't know if he was supposed to or not, but he did. And, which was very kind of him. And, he just took us across the street, but it kept us from having to walk the whole, parking lot of the next beach, which is quite a ways. So that saved a good bit of walking for me. and then gave me, you know, I mean, I may not have been able to stay in the water. If I'd had to walk that, I might not have been able to stay in the water as long. Because honestly, after we got out of the sound side, the first side, I was exhausted. From constantly moving. And it reminded me of the first time I took PT, water PT, you know, in the pool at physical therapy. And I was absolutely exhausted. I couldn't, yeah, I just couldn't. Like my legs were jello. So I had to sit down for a little bit. But we sat and ate ice cream. Now I could tip this in here. I don't think I want to keep just adding pockets. I could tip this in here and put, nope, that's not going to fit. Well, I could make it fit. And then right about that would open up like that. I was contemplating doing a whole other page in, but I don't, now that I've put most everything on the tags, I don't know that I need one. But, and I'm sure I can find, well, here I have ice cream washi. I have this I think was in Happy Meal from, I think, Hope or Robin. One of the two of them. And if I need to, I can just tuck that in right there and use that as writing space. Bring back my little fish. Put that there. My little beach ball can go somewhere. It can even go right here. I'm determined to put it on that page. It's just cute. I mean, I can use it in a glue book too. I don't have to use it on this page, but I had it, and so I thought I would use it. But if I don't want to, I can just, you know, leave it. So I think if I tip this one in either from the outside, and then this one will tip in this way, and I can write about our evening here. I already backed it. And then I can put the nighttime pictures here and the day and date, and I think I have it covered. I do want to put, I want to put some, I want to use some ice cream washi, and I want to use some more of the other washi. Oh, this is our little, I kept this piece of washi. If you watch the Q&A video, the answered video, this was the little piece of tape that Allison put down from where we knew this was my half, this was her half, in order to stay in the camera angle. So I kept that little piece of washi. So I'm just going to put that like right here. Well, actually, I'll put it on this because this was our, from our video. I'll put it right there. I mean, I pulled it up off the table, you know, might as well you keep it, right? We keep every other memento, so why not that one? Yeah, I like that tag a lot. I like that one. I'm almost tempted to tip that one in. I can't, I'd have to cut that beach ball off. I'm almost tempted to use it as a tip-in instead of a, like tip it in here and tip it in here. Tip, tip, tip. Flip, flip, flip. And then that way you could see our little trolley stop, because I don't like them stacked in that much. Now I could have put a pocket on this page if I really wanted to, but this, if I tip it in, then that also gives, you can see this washi. And I was about to put that washi down here anyway. And I may still, and I may put some ice cream washi here. I love the mermaid washi, but I really like this marine washi. And hold on, what else did she give me? Oh, wait. But wait. Okay, so this one says summer, cool. It's pink. It's got people laying out. People have flip-flops. I want it to make sure to use... come on. I want to make sure to use all of the washi. It does say Aloha, but, you know, who cares? So I could run it. And also washi is Allison's item of the month, so that works out perfectly. I could run it. Do I want to run it across here? Or do I want to run it this way? If I tip that in, I'm going to have washi there, so I think that I would want this here. And I know I tore it, but I want to be able to, I want to have those flip-flops in there, and you won't even know it tore. Got one little bubble. Okay. Now let me cut it right. Well, I could just carry it out across the page. It cuts into my writing room, but does that really matter? That reinforces that I don't need it. Let's see. Let me just save that for writing space. And I have sunshine washi down here already, because we did finally see the sunshine. I was going to put the Hello Sunshine washi on this page somewhere. Maybe that's what I will tip in. And that glasses washi is so cute. So, okay, if we stick with the current plan, then I'm going to put these pictures here, these pictures here, this right here, or something like that, right? I could do it this way too. That would be fine. Actually, no, I want to do it this way, because if I tip this in, oh, then I'm not going to see. Wait a minute. Time out. I'm determined I'm not going over an hour on this video. I'm determined I'm not going to have to, oh, fiddlesticks. Well, you know what? The 13th may just have to be hidden a little bit. Or I'll put it, I can't put it on, I can put it on this day right here. I mean, on this page. It's going to get hidden, but we'll know it's there. Well, same for over here too. I can just leave it right where I had it. Like right there. And then I'll tip this in. I honestly might tip that in with clear tape. What is on the other side of this? Probably nothing yet, but I just want to see what kind of paper it is. Okay, it'll be paper that I ink, so I don't want the washi to wrap around. So I'm going to use some clear tape and some thin washi, probably the Hello Sunshine. And then, here's my Hello Sunshine. Let me get some clear tape. And again, it probably would be easier just to use this as a tag. But I kind of want it. I'm loving the interactive pages. I really am. And I really wish that beach ball had not run over. But you get the idea. That's why I'm using the clear tape. Uh-oh. Let me cut that off. I had to fight with some tape on another page. It was making my pages stick together, so I figure I'll just deal with it now. But anyway, we had yeah, we had a good day. I thought it was a great day. I thought it really was, and I had fun swimming with her. And oh, look, here's some more room. Oh, I need some clear tape on the back here. Maybe just right in the middle. And then, oof, there we go. Let me put move the clear tape. Where did I put, here's the Hello Sunshine. Because it was like, finally, you know. We did not get a lot of sun. Well, we didn't like lay out. I think I want it this way. Or do I want it this way? You're gonna just, yeah, I want it this way. My arm's just gonna be in the way for a minute. There we go. Okay. So we have washied this page to death. You can't even really read that, but, and I might as well use, I'm going to use something a little thicker on this inside. Let's use this sunglass washi. Just because, I mean, it doesn't really match, but who cares? Variety, right? I'm enjoying just the lots of color, and because I know we're about to go into like the fall, more muted tones, and so I'm soaking up all the bright colors anywhere I can. Erase that little 13 right there. And if I put this 13 here, you can't see it. I don't like that it's not on the front page. But, okay, so then we would tip this picture in here, and we could either put this on front or this on front. That's going to hide that sunshine washi, but that's okay. Or I could tip this in on top of this pocket, but I don't really want to do that. Or I could put this on the inside. Flip it in like that. But I kind of want it to be, I don't know how she feels about it, but I don't think she printed any of her pictures that big. I was trying to use these frames because I love these frames that Hope gave me. So that's the reason why I did it. Yeah, because if I were to put it here, then I could put these pictures on the back like this, like that, and like that. Too crowded. They can overlap. I'd love for them to be side by side. That just is white. It's just bland. Let's see. I feel these peeling up a little bit, so I want to just dab a little bit of glue right there. Oops. Dab too much glue right there. And yeah. Anyway, so which is it? And maybe I should have left this as a pocket. But I like it. We had fun, and that was kind of the highlight of the day, I think. And I can put something here. Where did that beach ball go? It's not very thick, but I could put it almost as a tab. What I could do is back it. That would be fun. I can put it like right there, and that'd be like a tab pull. That would be fun, right? It would be fun, they said. I'm gonna have to glue this washi down. It's not staying. Like with some art glitter glue. It's not happy where it's living. Oh, the little fishies. Let's go ahead and put them here, because I'm pretty sure they're going there. So, this picture was taken on the golf side, not the sound side. We did not get a picture, I don't think, on the sound side. We were, it was nice. I thought it was nice. Yeah, I don't care for I like it because you can see through the water. I have this like fear of dark water. And it's like, I liked being able to see through because it's so shallow and clear, you can see through. It had some stuff on the bottom, a little bit, but not too bad. And, you know, there were a little bit of ripples because of the wind, but, I'm almost thinking that becomes the highlight of the main page of the day instead of this picture, which she may be grateful that I choose to do this. Oh, look what I could do. I could flip this out here Or I could, well, no, I've already backed it. I could have just glued it on, but I could tip it in here. And then, you know, let's go ahead and put this down here. I'm pretty sure, unless I tip it in here, and we have our washi here, and our day here, that would go like that. That would go like that. And that's what our page, when it opens up, that's what it would look like. Now, I could have put, before I glued the fish down, I could have put the numbers here. But I also was going to put, nope, I'm still putting it right there. Still putting it right there. Let me make sure that's going to fit. And let me glue this washi down a little bit. Okay, I got to hurry up a little bit. I'm just putting some art glitter glue on this washi so it'll stay down. Hopefully. Okay. That should make it stay. And I'm fixing to use it again, so I'm not going to repin it. Oh, and I've got to have our beach memory sticker somewhere. And I wanted it on the front page. So, is that going to fit? No, not yet. I wasn't ready for you. It's very sticky. Well, it kind of wants to go right there. Okay, we'll let it. I just wanted to make sure that this would go. I want to make sure I don't go too far out. No, I've got plenty of space. Okay, just in case I decide to tip it like this. So let's go with thinking like that. I need some clear tape. I may not put colored washi on this. I mean, I may not put washi on it, period. I may just stick to clear tape because I don't want to hide the border, the frame. So, and I don't want to hide that picture either. Not use washi, you say? What is the matter with you? I hope you've enjoyed this. I don't know, you know, Allison's trying to catch up and whatever. I obviously got home way before she did. Oh, I wanted to put this, I was going to hang it off here. I'm still going to put it there. And I just got to make sure it doesn't impede the fold here. So we have that. And then I was going to use these couple little flip-flops. Here's a flip-flop. And a little starfish. This is all from that ephemera pack, or that paper pack that Hope gave me. That has, oh wait, look, Sun and Smiles. Can use that. Oh, that's kind of cute. I like that. Might as well. Why not, right? Yeah. And then I wore my flip-flops this day, was the point of that. I know I have that, but there's flip-flops on here, so, and the little, we didn't see a starfish, but I don't know where the other flip-flop went either. Oh, I know what I have that we've got to, okay. She gave me these little sloth stickers, these little sticky notes. He's eating an ice cream cone. So I got to use that, right? Still, I'm going to put the Hey Sunshine. I can put him... Well, I can tentatively put him anywhere because he is a sticky note. So he can tentatively go right there until I decide for sure that's where I want him. But yeah, I'm liking this. What do you think? So we have our trolley. Now I can put him on the trolley thing because that was kind of the boardwalk and we didn't eat the ice cream on the trolley. I think I'm going to go ahead and glue this down, and then I'll glue him on top of it. And then if I find the other flip-flop, I can put the other, I had it right here. Had everything together. Oh, here's some sunglasses. Here, I can put sunglasses on myself. That actually is funny. Okay, that's kind of funny. Anyway, I won't do it, but it's funny. Oh, I forgot the nighttime pictures while I was busy looking at the flip-flop, or looking for the flip-flops. Let me put these nighttime pictures on. What I might do is just put them on there. I may ink that first, so I might do that later, and then I will just put this here. And then, no, I'm going to do this right here. Yeah, I kind of like that. All right, let's glue down the number, even though this is probably the first time. I've never had the number visible when I open the page. There's first time for everything, right? So, I could use that circle to sturdy up the back of that beach ball, too. Let me get, where'd my glue stick go? And then, I can glue this down. And then the next day should be pretty easy. We just had a couple of pictures of, I got some morning sunrise pictures because I love sunrise. I love photography. When I was a teenager, I went down to the beach on the boardwalk where we went, and got down there before sunrise and took pictures of the sun rising, because it rises right over the water, but it doesn't set right over the water, right? So, anyway, I just love taking pictures. So as we were driving, and when we first got up, I ran out to the front door, because we got up at the crack of dawn. No, we got up before the crack of dawn. We got up at like 4:45. Well, I had the coffee pot set for 4:45. I think we got up at 5, and because she had to get on the road. And anyway, because she had a long drive ahead of her, and so by the time she came back here and dropped me off, and we unpacked my stuff. Now my husband did, that was very nice of him. He was here. He had already gone into work, and he was here and had already had her stuff ready to load, the stuff that she left here that she was taking to her son. So we left it here so we didn't have to lug it up to the condo too, which I'm very grateful for now. Because when she told me it was ladders and stuff, I'm like, we're on the 10th floor. So I said, how about we just leave it here? We have a shed that it can fit in. So anyway, so I can either make that way or that way. Whichever way it goes. We have our beach memories. And that is there anything else? I did not use my water paper, but that's okay. I can use that in my pool. Oh, I didn't use my ice cream washi, which I can add that to this little side right here. I like that. It'll tighten up that pocket too. I did not use this, and I would really like to use that perhaps on the inside of this. I need to cut it down though, so I may add that later, but right now I'm going to put this ice cream washi because I don't get to use this very often. My husband fished today, and so he called me. They were stopping, and they just stop at the McDonald's because it's convenient. They pass one where this particular place that they fish, and it's in a little town, but it has a McDonald's. And so they just happen to pass one, so they'll all stop and kind of chit chat and whatever. And I like McDonald's. The one thing I like at McDonald's is their ice cream, their soft serve ice cream. And Anyway, I told myself I would tell you to bring me an ice cream home, but it would be soup by the time you get home. It's an hour. He's like an hour and a half away, and it's only like, you know, 95 outside. So I was kidding. I wasn't being serious. He's like, okay, I'll bring you an ice cream home. I'm like, yeah, okay. Okay. But, okay, what do we think of that? I don't know why I didn't have my sunglasses on, because I have prescription sunglasses. Oh, I didn't glue the Hey Sunshine down. And then, if I find the other flip-flop, I want to glue it on about halfway. So, and then I think we're almost done. I did have more prepped for this one than I have for the other videos. Sometimes I like that when people do it, and sometimes I don't. Sometimes I like to watch the whole process. And then, but, you know, you don't have to sit there and watch me cut out everything. Okay, that's going to be an issue. I've got glue. Let me put... I just need to put a piece of glue paper in here momentarily so that that does not stick, and then I can glue that. Ooh, sorry, little sloth. I can glue the sloth with the ice cream down. He's so cute. Isn't he precious? So, and then I will fiddle with this back of this page. I may ink it. I may not. I'm probably going to cut this out. And I mean, I even have this little piece of a pocket. I don't need another pocket. I'll save that for another day. Oh, I was going to use this. Will that fit on there? Yep. So I could do that and then cut, well, it's kind of sideways. That would cover that. Just that blank background. And then I can cut this down. I think Allison gave me this. Not this trip, but a long time ago. And I really like that quote, and I think it was appropriate for this trip. Oh, no, I didn't know it had no... Oh, I can use that. Oh, no, oh. And then I can put that right there, and that covers that blank page. What do we think of that? I like it. Okay, well, I will probably glue it down without you, because you don't have to see me glue that. And then this, I think the glue is dry. So I can pull this out. Uh-oh. Something wasn't dry. So we have our Q&A video, how we started out. We have the fish from our little swimming experience that morning. And then this was the forecast. So I knew that if we could hang out until about 2 or so, we were going to get some sunshine. So I had looked ahead. This was our little trolley adventure. They're cute little beach trolleys. And then, so here we go with that. And then this is the big picture, Sun and Smiles, and the little beach bag, and maybe some flip-flops if I can find the other one. Oh, I did not use Yay for today, but that's okay. I can use that on another day. And then this flips here, and then this flips in like this. And I can either put that on the top or this on the top. I'll probably put this one on the top. So I like the Everybody In and the Beach Memories sticker. The old Polaroid. Anyway. Alright. Well, hey, I made it in under an hour. Yay. Just did. And if I don't hush, then it's going to go over an hour. So, let me quit yammering and recap my glue until I find my other flip-flops, and then I'll add them. I think I left myself ample writing space. I mean, because I have the backs of all these tags, and then I have this paper right here that I can write on. I always have sticky notes. Not sticky notes, but notepads that I can add from, you know, if I need more writing space. But I think the pictures tell the story for the most part. I don't think that I don't think I have to write a book. But I would, you know, I'm glad that I've got this trip documented. The next day is just, like I said, going to be some, like, early morning pictures, sunrise pictures, and then I worked the clinic that day and I was exhausted. I know she had a long drive that day, but I called her after I left the clinic. I was like, I was second guessing my life choices. A, staying up so late the night before, and B, telling them I'd work the clinic on the day that I get home, right? So anyway, all right, now I just have to write in them, right? So, oh, my little beach ball fell off, so I need to fix that. I'm gonna back it so that it's a harder tab. I got some cardstock right here I can use. I'll put that on the back. All right, well, y'all, I hope that you enjoyed this. This is the last, well, like I said, other than the little bit of the next day, and then I should be able to go back to doing my 2 days of video. And but I hope that you enjoyed that. I know I enjoyed my trip with Allison very much, and I hope we've already talked about doing it again, and maybe doing some things that involve some of you. So y'all take care, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I appreciate you watching. And see, I told you if I didn't quit talking, I was going to go over an hour, and I just did. All right, y'all have a great rest of your day. Bye.